Shalom is Brother Yashima Zakar from the Israelite Report, IsraeliteReport.com. Upon my watch, I want to start off by saying all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakah HaKodash. Peace and blessings to all the brothers spread across the four corners of the earth, pushing the truth and sincerity, those that truly believe and want to get the hell up out of here, those that are truly sighing and crying for the abominations done in the midst thereof, the wicked deeds of this devil. Okay, the end of this devil's kingdom is near. So we just got to hold on. I don't even know where I want to go with all of these different headlines, but I do want to start off with a scripture, Revelation 3 and 10. This has been heavy on my spirit. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. And you can tell that hour of temptation is coming. I know you brothers can see it. You know the time is short. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. This is going to be a heavy, heavy, heavy test. When the mark of the beast is made mandatory, when it's utter chaos out here in these streets, when you're in a situation where you got your wife, your kids, hell, even your, it could be your family members that are dependent on you, because some people have dependents. You might have a mother or father that's dependent on you. And they make that mark of the beast, the microchip, mandatory. And you're going to have to look them in the face and tell them no. And the rest of the world is moving on with the chip. Buying and selling and being happy and being merry. Because it's going to be like as it was in the days of Noah. I just like to keep pushing this, just a reminder over and over again, because I know how it gets. I know you can get to a place where you've heard this shit already. Well, you need a fucking reminder. And I'm going to say this for the umpteenth time. For all you niggas that hate me and hate niggas like me, brothers like me, the time's going to come when you're going to have something else to hate. You're going to hate the economy collapsing. You're going to hate a lot of things in the near future, because there's going to come a time where they're going to cut this YouTube shit off. Famine of the word is coming. And all this shit that y'all talking about, the Israelite, y'all Israelite niggas, all y'all do is preach hate. Well, you're going to have something else to hate, nigga. Hate not being able to afford to get gas. Hate martial law. Hate another lockdown. Anyway, 11th verse says, behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. Hold fast to what you have. All right? Let me see. Where do I want to start? There's a lot going on, because this is the last hour. I'll start here. Politico. Trump says Strait of Hormuz is the world's problem. Go get your own oil. Trump has given the middle finger to everybody. And I'm bringing this out because I want you to understand that although Trump is a puppet, he's the elite's puppet to crash this whole society by design, by the way, and to bring about their new world order. And that means smart cities, 15-minute cities, carbon tax. They want you, the elites of Esau, this is their plan. They want to make it so you have to have permission to leave your house. And I've been trying to explain this for the longest. That 2020 situation was a test run. It was a drill, a military exercise. That's what Mike Pompeo said and confessed on camera back in 2020. It was somewhere around March or April of 2020. Mike Pompeo confessed this. What's coming is going to be 12 times crazier, 12 times worse than what we went through in 2020. President Donald Trump had a message Tuesday for U.S. allies. Okay, understand the mindset that this man is in. He's telling his allies to go fuck themselves. Matter of fact, I listened to his little speech he gave concerning the U.S. and Iran situation today. I'm uploading this on Tuesday, but I'm recording this on Monday. Tuesday morning, this will be up. Trump basically told U.S. allies, even today, and he's doubling down on this. So this is something that he really feels. He told the U.S. allies, you were not there for us. And I'm going to remember that. And you can go fuck yourself. That's how Trump is talking. Go get your own damn oil. He's telling them you cannot rely on the U.S. for military defense. Trump had a message Tuesday for U.S. allies whose access to oil have been imperiled by the White House's war against Iran. He says you're on your own. Says oil prices have surged since the start of the war. The average price for gasoline in the U.S. crossed the $4 a gallon mark Tuesday, the highest level since 2022. But it says this, but NATO partners, including the European Union, oh, the beast shall hate the whore. But NATO partners, including the European Union, have largely refused to help secure the strait. Quote, this is not Europe's war. And that's what Kaja Kallas, the EU's top diplomat, said earlier in March. It says the response from longtime American allies has left the president fuming, meaning he's pissed off. He has openly questioned the future of the defense alliance and derided European partners, including the United Kingdom and France. And this is a quote. You'll have to start learning how to fight for yourself. This is from Trump. You'll have to start learning how to fight for yourself. The USA won't be there to help you anymore, just like you weren't there for us, he wrote on Tuesday. Iran has been essentially decimated, Salakia. Iran has been essentially decimated. The hard part is done. Go get your own oil. This man has, in less than 2 years, completely split the alliance of the USA, NATO, the EU. And you telling me the scriptures aren't real? Revelation 17 and 16. You're going to tell me that's not real? You're telling me now is the time to be marching. Now is the time to be having fucking debates with Vocab Malone. I almost said something else. Now is the time to have debates with Vocab Malone and Dr. Michael, was it Dr. Michael Brown? I believe that's his name. Now's the time for that dumb shit. No. Now's the time to completely lock in and truly believe, like I always say. This came from the Hill. Trump rips NATO, says U.S. membership beyond reconsideration. I want you to listen to this again. Trump rips NATO, says U.S. membership beyond reconsideration. In other words, he's reconsidering whether the U.S. should even be a part of NATO. The prophecies are coming to pass right before your eyes. I have to. Let me get it. Let's go straight to it. Revelation 17, 16. You just have to. It says, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore. Trump has been put into office to carry out this very deed, to bring about this divide. So bringing out the same scriptures over and over again, because these same scriptures, this is what's important right now. Measure thou the times diligently within itself, right? Measuring the times. This is how you know what time we're in. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. This great whore, America, Babylon the Great, is about to get burned with fire. The only way to escape this, first of all, you have to be of the elect. You have to, man. But I'll say this. I don't give a shit how nobody feels about it either. When you are dealing with Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai on a daily, and you're dealing with this in your personal life, on your daily walk, It increases your faith. Anyway, let me go back. Let me go back to the article. It says, but NATO partners, including the European Union, have largely refused to help secure the strait. The beast shall hate the whore. The beast is already telling this whore to go fuck off. That's what's happening right now. This is not Europe's war. Kaja Kalalis, the EU's top diplomat, said earlier in March. The response from longtime American allies has left the president fuming. He has openly questioned the future of the defensive alliance and derided European partners, including the United Kingdom and France, two of the United States most, I would say, significant allies, the United Kingdom and France. He's causing a wedge, a divide. And it says, quote, you'll have to learn how to fight for yourself. The USA won't be there to help you anymore. This is what Trump is telling you. He's telling these European nations, NATO and the EU, you'll have to learn, you have to start learning how to fight for yourself. The USA won't be there to help you anymore, just like you weren't there for us. Iran has been essentially decimated. I keep wanting to say dismantled. Decimated. The hard part is done. Go get your own oil. Trump rips NATO, says U.S. membership beyond reconsideration. And that's the one that came from Political. You have to understand, you've never, ever seen this before. No U.S. president has ever done what this nigga is doing. So you can't say things are going as they've always gone. Nothing's changed. No, a lot has changed. Trump says here, this is the USA Today, we don't need them. Trump slams allies on Strait of Hormuz backup. He says we don't need them. His allies. He's telling his allies to go fuck themselves. From USA Today, it says we don't need anybody. President Donald Trump said the United States does not need allies because we're the strongest nation in the world. And you can say whatever you want to say. You can't tell me this devil is not divided. You cannot tell me this kingdom is not divided. So let's just get it then. Matthew 12 and 24. But when the Pharisees heard it, they said, this fellow doeth not cast out devils, but by Beelzebub, the prince of the devils. And Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, destruction, to naught. And every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And then a problem with a lot of these niggas is that they'll read this and they won't take it serious. like the words of Yahweh Shai just don't mean nothing. That's why I should be cake and say something stupid like uh John the Baptist wasn't in the truth. They can say some retarded ass shit like that, openly and boldly and proudly, because they disregard the reverence that Yahweh Shai gave for John the Baptist. They can do that proudly. They don't respect Yahweh Shai. That's why Sakari can say Yahweh Shai is not worthy of worship. He's not worthy of worship because, the spirit of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. So they don't get into the prophecy of Yahweh Shai and the things that he said. They take it lightly. It's just some shit. To them, it's just some shit that he said. Every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. So when I read that and I take that serious, man. Who the fuck are you to disregard what Yahweh Shai said? This kingdom is going down. Yahweh Shai put that out there. He put this prophecy out there for a reason. Measure thou the times diligently within itself. This is how we measure the times because he gave us the timeline. Every kingdom divided against itself, and right now, America, NATO, the EU, this is that kingdom. This is that last kingdom. Esau's kingdom. This is the last hurrah of Esau. And right now it's divided. And I just gave you an example of how they're divided. But a fucking nigga will hear it and say, oh, well, brother, how you know they about to go down right now? I mean, just because Trump is disrespecting them for the moment, how you know they're not going to come back together later? That's how a nigga think. A nigga can't see. I'm going to say it again. You've never seen a president of the United States do this shit or be disrespectful to their allies like that. Do you know you listening to somebody that was over in foreign countries with United States allies, Great Britain, Canada? I got familiar with them. Trump told them they didn't do shit. You've never seen this before. And I'm getting pissed off thinking about it. Because niggas will see this and still say prophecy is not being fulfilled. This shit irks me, man. I can't wait to get the fuck out of here. Tired of you niggas, man. Just stupid. You don't respect nothing, man. Niggas disrespecting the Apostle Paul. You disrespecting John the Baptist. You disrespecting Yahweh Shai, his words. None of it's good enough for you. That's why you niggas gotta get put to death, man. And it can't happen soon enough. Fuck you. How I know the Bible is real? How do I know the Bible is real, brother? You're gonna find out how real it is. Your bitch ass. Every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? It cannot stand, man. It can't stand. Tired of this goddamn place, man. I hate you fucking niggas. Jude 1:7, it says, even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them in like manner, giving themselves over to fornication and going after strange flesh, are set forth an example, suffering the vengeance of eternal fire. This goddamn place is about, man, it's about to be set on fire. This is your warning. I'm just giving you warning. But you look at me like I'm your fucking enemy, man. Like I'm just. It's over. You don't have to sit there and be like, how long is this play gonna go on? How long are we gonna be here? This place is done. If you believed in Yahweh Shai, you would see that this place is done. He told you what it would be like. As it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be in the coming of the Son of Man. Or so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. He told you. Now you see this kingdom is divided and it's still not enough for you, man. You niggas, you want the Most High to personally come down off of a chariot, knock you on the side of your head, okay, in your sleep, and say, hello, I'm the Most High. You know, the world's coming to an end. I'm telling you personally so you can understand. And even then, you fucking niggas, you still wouldn't believe, man. This place is done. It's finished. It's over. We're just waiting for the mark of the beast to be mandated. And for you fucking niggas, you coward, pussy ass niggas, to take the chip. That's what we're waiting for. And we that truly believe in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, we're going to stand stiffly for his word's sake, for his name's sake. And we don't give a shit about death at this point because we love not our lives unto death. A nigga will still be waiting for prophecy to be fulfilled while he's at the tattoo shop or the doctor's office getting a microchip stuck in his goddamn hand. A nigga will still be scoffing with a goddamn microchip, the mark of the beast, the microchip stuck in his damn hand, talking about how we know prophecy really gonna be fulfilled. How we know we at the end. You niggas are gonna be destroyed, man. And Salakia, I didn't even bring out the scriptures I wanted to bring out. That's how the spirit works. It works like that. Let me start the show over. I had something else I wanted to talk about and get into. Let me start the show over. Shalom is Brother Yashima Zakar from the Israelite Report. IsraeliteReport.com upon my watch. All praises are definitely due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah HaKwadash. Peace and blessings to all the brothers spread across the four corners of the earth. pushing the truth and sincerity, those that truly believe and want to get the hell up out of here. I was thinking of something that happened about it was about a year ago. I had a situation. I got off the train. I had to go back to my old place to pick something up. And it's far away from where I live now. But anyway, I had to go to my old place, and I got off the train after getting off of work. So I was kind of like, you know, just ready to go get what I needed to go get and get ready to go home. But I was being impatient, and I speak about this a lot. You know, I have to work on my patience, right? My anger and my patience. So anyway, the spirit, I looked up at the sky, right? And the spirit told me to sit my ass down. There was a little sitting area with cover, right? Um, and the spirit said, sit down, you know, because I could see the clouds were forming. But my dumb ass being impatient, I said, F that, I'm gonna walk. Right. Cause I looked, I could see that the storm was, was coming, it was brewing. And so I stood there, I considered it for a minute, and the spirit was telling me, sit your ass down. But I figured it was about I want to say, about a 15, 17-minute walk or so. But I was, just being me, being impatient as hell. I was going to try it. And so I got to walking, right? And Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah is my witness. It was funny the way the Lord did it. He waited until I was too far away from the station to turn back, but I wasn't close enough to home. Like I was at the halfway point, and the rain poured down like something I had never seen before. I've never been um caught up in a rain storm like that. Like it poured, and it was personal. Like my umbrella wouldn't work. I was trying to hold my umbrella up. My umbrella was flying. You know how it is when it's raining so hard, and the wind made the rain even worse. Like the wind was blowing my umbrella up, so I couldn't even hold it down. It was personal. I can laugh about it now, but at the time I was mad as shit. Like it completely soaked everything. My backpack, everything that was in my backpack, I had to throw the shit out. And it was funny, like, it's funny now, but at the time I was so pissed the fuck off. Um, I made it to the house, to my old place to get what I needed to get. And when I made it to the house, then the rain stopped. Because of course it would work that way, right? It would happen that way. Like like the Lord was like, I told your dumbass to sit down. I told you to sit down, nigga. Okay. And I'm bringing that out because, in this walk, in this truth, you have to obey the spirit. Yahweh Shah had to do it. You think Yahweh Shah wanted to go through the things that he went through? Hell no. But you have to obey the spirit. And I actually told somebody at my job about that situation. We laugh about it. He's a what you would call a Catholic, you know, whatever. But he talk about the Bible. He liked to read the Bible at work and whatever. But I did make that that little comment about it. I was telling him like, yeah, God will get you. Of course, I couldn't say Yahweh about Shem. I was shy to him. He wouldn't know what the hell I was talking about. But I was, bringing that up. Like, yeah, God will get you. We laughed about it, but you cannot go against the spirit. It never works out in your favor. And the times that we're coming into, you're really going to have to be in the spirit. Decisions that you're going to make in the very near future when they shut all this shit down, when it's no longer cute or the end thing to be an Israelite, you're going to have to actually be in the spirit. And that's something that I've been trying to get across, to the best that I can, to prep your mind for this moment. Because we don't know what the future holds in the near future, right? We know the kingdom is coming. We know that we're going to go through Jacob's trouble. We don't know how shit's going to kick off. Shit could hit the fan at any moment, and you have to be on your watch. That's why this is called Upon My Watch. You cannot be complacent, and you can't be a nigga like I was that day, right? Where the spirit told me sit down, and my dumb ass went walking thinking I was going to make it. I got halfway there, and that rain just rained on my ass, okay? And the Lord made it so personal. He made that wind kick up. You ain't got no goddamn umbrella. Like, I got an umbrella, but the Lord was like, the hell with your umbrella. I told you to sit down. You want to be a nigga? This is the consequence of being a nigga, okay? So I got chastised that day. All right? You can't have nigga moments. And in these times that we're getting ready to go into, you can't have I'm a nigga moment. Like, you can't afford it. Too much at stake, too much of a risk. I'm going to get this in Matthew 4:1. It says, then was Yahushua led up of the spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil. And when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, he was afterward hungry. Okay? And when the tempter came to him, he said, if thou be the Son of God, if thou be the Son or the only begotten Son of Yahweh, command that these stones be made bread, because Satan knew that he could. And that's Satan. Satan knows, right? Yeah, I've seen demons jump on people before, and they'll talk to me like they know who I am in the spirit. I've seen some weird shit. I don't say everything, but I've seen some weird shit. I've seen like, I remember one time this nigga, I got on the train and this nigga just kept looking at me. And he got mad, like his spirit got mad as fuck. And he started saying something, I can't remember. There was a woman, I think she was like a foreign woman. I don't know where she was from. But she was looking at the guy. She kept looking at me. She was trying to figure out what the hell was going on, because I didn't say nothing to the dude. Matter of fact, I was facing away from him. But his spirit got mad, and the nigga jumped up. And I can't remember his exact words, but he was saying something about like I'm what's the word? Confrontational to him. Or like he was screaming something like, I got a confrontational energy. And the woman was trying to figure out what the hell is going on. But the demon inside of him was going crazy. I know you brothers in the truth, like, I know damn well y'all know what I'm talking about. Like, you've had these little situations that you run into. It's weird. But It's expected now. I'm kind of used to it now. Um, but anyway, I'm sorry, Salakia. It says, but he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God, or our power, Yahweh. Okay. So this is a rebuke on Satan. But it says, then the devil taketh him up into the holy city and setteth him on a pinnacle of the temple, and saith unto him, if thou be the Son of God, cast thyself down, for it is written, he shall give his angels charge concerning thee. Again, this is Satan understanding and knowing that this is proof that Satan knows what's going on. Okay, Satan is just doing his job. Niggas get fucked up, excuse my language. They get effed up by Satan. You know, they hear Satan and they go crazy. You know, the Christian church, they think Satan is like this evil entity that's fighting against the most high power. Satan is doing what the hell Satan is supposed to do. Okay, Satan has a job. Satan is just an employee of the most high. All right. I don't know, I don't know if that's too much for certain people to understand or even comprehend. But Satan is not that. Satan ain't shit, really, when you think about it. He's just an employee. Okay. But it says, Yahweh Shai said unto him, this seventh verse, Yahweh Shai said unto him, it is written again, thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy God, thy power, Yahweh. Thou shalt not tempt the Lord. Okay? Do not go against the spirit. Move in the spirit, not against it. The times that we're getting ready to come into, you're going to have to know how to move like that. Now, I think about that often um, as I'm going about my day. Like, damn, when this shit hit the fan, if, let's say they cut I don't know what's going to happen, but let's say there's a cyber attack and they just cut all this shit off. Then what? Have I moved in the spirit enough to be able to handle that? You know? I mean, what if something pop off? There is a false flag and they bring in, martial law and they bring in these stormtroopers. Is there enough of the spirit within you to move in the spirit accordingly? How tapped in are you? Are you really ready to die for the truth, for what you believe in? Are you at that level? Okay. Yahweh Shah said unto him, it is written again, thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy God, thy power, Yahweh. It says again, the devil taketh him into an exceeding high mountain and showeth him all the kingdoms of the world and the glory of them, and saith unto him, all these things will I give thee if thou wilt fall down and worship me. Then saith Yahweh Shah unto him, get thee hence, Satan, for it is written, thou shalt worship the Lord thy God, Yahweh, the power, the true power, and him only shalt thou serve. Then the devil leaveth him, and behold, angels came and ministered unto him. So those angels came to him, comfort. They came to him and they gave him comforting words. But going through this life here, we haven't seen the shit really hit the fan yet. And you're going to be tempted on all levels. Because again, if Satan would go to Yahweh Shai and try it with him, do you not think Satan would come to you and try it with you? So you got to look at every situation. Like you might say, man, this situation is effed up. Man, I don't know what the hell's going on. Woo, woo, woo. And it's frustrating, right? But these are our tests, all right? These are our tests and our trials for the moment to prepare for the big one, because there's something even bigger that's coming. And you need to keep your mind focused in the spirit. Don't tempt the spirit. Do not go against the spirit. You know, the spirit telling you to do something, and then you just decide to go against it. That's why I brought up that story. As a testimony of myself, me being a nigga that day, right? I had a nigga moment. I was being a nigga for whatever reason that day. I was just, getting off work, tired, go pick this shit up so I can get ready to go back home. Spirit said, sit down. Let the storm pass. And even in my daily life, I've seen this in situations where I want to do something. I'm talking about situations separated from the situation I mentioned. I want to do something, and I'll have it in mind, and the spirit just be like, no. And then I'll follow the spirit. I'll go with, what the spirit said, don't do that, or don't, leave it alone. Even if I'm in the right, the spirit might say, leave that alone. Don't even worry about that. Let that be. And then later, it might be months later, sometimes, a year later, it turns out, okay, that situation, had I moved forward with that and went against the spirit, I could have got into some serious shit, some real trouble, real problems could have occurred from that. So this is where you truly believe. You truly believe from going through these things, from living that. I'm talking about from living it on a day-to-day, a personal thing with you that you know and understand because you are personally experiencing it. You can't explain this truth to somebody that doesn't know about it. And like the best you can do, you give them the name, you give them the scriptures, you tell them you're an Israelite, all that. Okay, that's fine. But at the same time, they still have to live their life a certain way. They still have to get into the spirit, their damn self, and have these experiences. They have to see the spirit move and operate for them to truly believe.